Welcome everyone to today's edition of our programming vlog here, aka for all those people asking constantly what font to use, what terminal to use, and what do you recommend starting learning to code. Just get out there, aka maybe away from your social media and watching other YouTube videos, and just code it, whatever you're interested in, Linux kernel, Kate, GNOME. In today's edition, we want to release the next version, the best version ever, 30 plus architectures of our amazing Linux distribution. But of course, not everything compiles because our only constant is change and regressions. So let's fix some more stuff before we release it. I already vastly updated the cache dependencies the other day. Let's use a native change route for this today. That probably should be okay. That's fine. Hopefully, let's hope this is doing well. I've not tried this before the live stream. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe we wipe this config and just emerge Lua for a quick test that this works in principle. And then we build, as recurring theme every year, we try to build some of KDE and GNOME and fix some stuff that's broken, because of course there's some stuff broken, I know that already. Just because not only YouTube entertainment and your education and documenting how much work it is to put a whole Linux distribution together, especially with all those hundreds of packages, UI stuff. I need to do it, I kinda need to do it anyway. Recurring theme, I don't personally run KDE GNOME anymore because too much code, too much brokenness. All I need, recurring theme. What desktop environment do you use? What desktop environment? I just give me freaking terminal and I just code. Don't even need other question. Why do you use the syntax highlighting? Code is code. Don't need the syntax highlighted. It's in the brain. just code it. Yeah, let's emerge some stuff what could possibly go wrong. So in the long term, like emerging, like, is it even like console? That will probably not work. So this will emerge some stuff that is to be expected, and I expect some breakage. Let's maybe check this is downloading. Let's use a second terminal here. So here we've I actually didn't quit that. Okay, we can kill that. Let's also save this here, because did I save that? Run IO, because I'm getting tired of having to reinvent this wheel. So build x86, let's enter there a second time and do something similar for GNOME. And as a recurring reminder, that is just a community service for you playing along at home. Of course, a little bit recurring shameless self-promotion here of our amazing Linux distribution that of course I want you to use for free. Don't delay, try the next release of T2 at home for free. Amazing system also for virtualization, containerization and embedded systems, servers, but of course also desktop Linux or vintage and retro PS3 SG Octane. And the only other, some people recurrently call it shameless self-promotion, but truth be told, not getting that rich for 25 years doing open source. So of course I also do this because I want people to be more happy with T2, although we give it away for free, like other successful mega corporations. And of course I understand we will not be a top 10 Linux distribution, which may or may not be the goal for another year, if stuff is broken. And it's unfortunately usually not necessarily our fault, it's just like upstream. The only constant is change and regressions. And exotic packages, right? At time I couldn't even find which mods.js version GNOME expect of crazy 2023. You need JavaScript engines for your desktop environment. So yeah, this is basically QA, quality assurance, like testing, like you see some stuff like, yeah, it's starting to show, except that stuff will soon break, right? Not that I'm saying, hey, it's starting to show 3+ years live on YouTube and stuff builds more amazingly. Would be sad if it doesn't. But I'm totally aware that there are dependency and configuration marginalities with GNOME Schnell, with dependencies, with order and stuff, which is why I want to give it another hour of my precious open source donation time to make this stuff work more reliable. I massively updated cache files the other day if you're already T2 user. And you follow our Subversion or Git mirror, you will see in the history that I massively updated the cache files. Those are auto-generated by our sandbox system, basically generating dependency lists on the fly from used header files and basically all files, mostly header and linked libraries. The last years they became a little bit convoluted and cluttered because of all the renamed and new Python registry files and other such. Even yesterday I found freaking GTK doc. So yeah, it is of course a little bit our fault of not doing that earlier, but again, Kate GNOME, this is the stuff of like, if developers don't even want to use it anymore, either Mac OS or Kate and GNOME, because total code base and bugs and features, then of course it's a problem. But yeah, it is kinda our fail. Some self-critic here. We should have adopted this earlier. Yes, I've seen that for years, but it was also like, yeah, YOLO, whatever. But I said it before, this year is quality assurance except microkernel, but otherwise quality assurance. We fixed so much last year and updated stuff, features and everything. And now this is what it looks like. Excessive polishing means someone needs to sit here. Also, by the way, we don't have tempfs because I didn't bind mount that. Build x86 for a little bit. Also, is it the right? Oh, this might be the wrong tree. That might be changed a little bit. And then I take a first look at the comments. So also bind. I hope this worked. At times I had strange effects of bind mounting some stuff here. This may or may not work. Is this distro, so question, is this distro like Gentoo where you need to compile everything? Well, the base system, I never really tried Gentoo much. I'm aware of that since obviously some years. Fun fact, yeah, whatever. But it kinda is like that. But you get a relatively sophisticated base system, so we cross-compile a lot. So even our Motorola 68K, PowerPC, Spark, RISC-V and ARM and stuff images, they come with lots of stuff, including Firefox. So you don't need to build Xorg server, Sway, lots of GTK dependencies, libraries and stuff. So some 400 or so libraries, including Firefox, are pre-built. So if you want to, fun fact, we named our emerge, originally was only build package, but we, for the fun 15 years ago or so, or nearly 20, we added this emerge package just so that Gentoo users feel more at home. So yeah, so for example, we ship, currently we don't ship Qt base. We could change that, right? Now that the last 3 is live on YouTube with all you share likes and subscribe, Patreon, YouTube membership and all this amazing OnlyFan stuff, can put some money on epic thread-ripping Ryzen 7950X here and so on. We can pre-build more, so I could easily add Qt base, probably, and maybe we should do. Also, I just split this, right? All this amazing work the last year's live on YouTube, I just split the embarrassingly large Qt package into the handful, like dozen, so Qt Valent and stuff, which some distributions may or may not have. Obviously likes this way more. So we could selectively pre-build Qt base set for some like desktop architectures. That you don't need to build the biggest packages on latest Core i7. I mean, ironically, updating macOS takes so long at times, even on Apple Silicon, over 15 minutes of applying a bloody update. Latest and greatest Intel or Apple Silicon so fast, you can basically build lots of packages in the time that it's embarrassingly oversized, supersized. macOS even needs, or Windows. Each time, every other month where I need to fix something in our company on Windows, which more shameless self-promotion if you want to support us needing paperless Office, PDF, and OCR processing and stuff. Once, like, sometimes I need to boot Windows myself when other people don't get further with it or something. And like each time my VMs have so many updates, it takes a time 20 minutes. And means sometimes I quit QEMU because I had other stuff to do and even ruined the bloody Windows installation because the bloody updates were only half applied. Okay, so we have some breakage as just expected. So what is the first thing? So lots of stuff, handful of stuff built. One of the first things is Attica. Not sure if that was meant to be so early. Probably an issue is that lots of dependencies are not fine-grained enough. So that's basically going the recurring theme, what you see too often here live on my channel. Attica, not even sure what that is. So that needs ECM. Wait, we installed some extra 5.9. I think I just saw that extra. Is this not the latest version, or does KDE extra CMake 598? So that is bizarre. Maybe it needs to be in the path and we need to resource that. That is not impossible. Let's try this Attica. And another earlier question, bash completion can't complete with star. Can't complete star. How do you set this up? Welcome, Danny. If you mean like set shell, I basically don't like that, right? If you mean you type like ls, like if you mean ls star or stuff, and you want this completed, I really hate this feature, right? I know the set shell does that, at least on my Mac OS, and I extremely hate this on Mac OS because it makes it super long, right? It's so often when I work on Mac OS, which obviously I rarely do because my Linux distribution is so amazing, but every time I need to use set shell because Apple switched from bash because GPL also to set shell, and like I find this waste. I mean, for me it's enough like to tap and see that, and then I can, because set shell, at least as configured on macOS, probably you can change it, but I'm too lazy on macOS to change bloody macOS systems. I prefer to have this terminal command line here is compact as possible, and like if I complete this with, like, even when I copy a handful of our software releases somewhere and I complete this, and like I have here 6 file names of stuff for exact scan, pro, enterprise, and lighter stuff, and compress signed and disk image and stuff, 6 or 8 file names, and then only 2 lines. It's like, yeah. But anyway, if that is what you want, I don't know. Well, I've seen this as set shell. I hate this feature, but whatever. Probably also not the author of bash. So, where's our Attica build? Where? Did we build this here or there? Where did I build this now? Oh, did this build now? That would of course be annoying. We take, okay, this is built now. Okay, so then probably it's not in the path and we do not re-evaluate the path. Let's add this to the to-do. I will not fix everything today or every day, and welcome everyone. Just need to find my to-do. This is kind of emerging, like new opt prefixes, packages like KDE, CMake, fails, plus, next, types, whatever. I hope I remember what I meant there. So for now, yeah, I mean, we could include etc profile or stuff. It might be a relatively easy fix, but at least for me, I might document this first. So I will probably write, I started a T2 magazine. You have this magazine article here of some notes over the years. And maybe, like, yeah, if you don't ask what we can do for you, ask what you can do for the community. So maybe we should actually transform our handbook, which also would be something that you can help with if you want to write some articles and notes. And basically document here all those Linux subsystem features and stuff. And like I will have here an article number 8 or so soon of the first 10 most important steps of a fresh T2 installation to get smoothly running and some things improved. So let's see how much further we can build then, how much, like, because I saw this failures, okay, this fails already. That was not long running, intentionally, hello, okay, there, what does that want? Okay, Qt5 Network, I've seen that yesterday and it wasn't immediately obvious. I think there was some Qt5, because I didn't have Qt5. The question is, are we missing a package? And that kind of travel, and that, I mean, we have already amazing new developers, which is of course amazing, helping us maintaining this amazing Linux, which increasingly more and more people like for the just raw vanilla and high performance and made to just work and not patch to this Linux. But of course everyone and more welcome, because otherwise instead of writing a microkernel, I'm sitting here and fixing other people's Kate and GNOME packages, which you can, and by the way, earn yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, this is ridiculous. Anyway, earning money with open source distribution, we have a bug, not bug, we have a feature bounty system, because I hate like bug, it's like getting paid only for bugs is silly in my opinion. So in my opinion, it's like also, yeah, bugs, then you only, finding bugs is amazing and stuff, but yeah, at T2 you can earn some pocket money or more. With increasing success of us, this channel, and so on, we can raise it. But so just some small fixes, like if you're a student or otherwise hobbyist stuff, or earning some. It's like, yeah, if you, I mean, some even if you work like an hour or stuff, 50 euro, not too bad. So KDE Qt5 net. Hello, Qt5. Why does this not Qt5? Not dash. I think I typed dash. So I saw network. So this is something I saw yesterday. Let's see what's going on here with the submodules. Qt. Oh, they only have Qt. So somehow this is. Should we ask Google? Qt Network. Where the heck is it coming from? Maybe from some other base package that has some networking features disabled. Qt5. This is just a little bit too old. Oh, wait, what? This, I should also, yeah, pro tip reads a freaking error message. Did someone, nobody pointed this out. So yeah, recurrent pro tip actually reads the freaking error messages in full. That certainly helps significantly, cutting that time down. So another win-win, a little bit unexpected but wave 5.9, what does it even complain? Do we really have, maybe we didn't update all of them? Qt5, what's going on here? Maybe data, or we only updated some packages that built, or some. Yeah, 15. Yeah, we actually. How to even type here? Yeah, so this is indeed this Qt5 base. So how do we do this? We grab for Qt5 and then we inverse grab, which is also silly that this is -v, but 559. No, this is on one. This is a silly Qt5 515. So if I had actually read the freaking error messages, I would have found this last night already, but maybe. That is a drawback of working at midnight on a Linux distribution. You sometimes overread some small fine print. Probably we should check, is there another, or I probably also should sooner than later mark our I should mark our packages to groups. I have this on the to-do, but maybe it's time to do so sooner than later. So check version groups, like all of ALSA, like the point of that would be that data only updates the stuff atomically, all of data, all of Qt5 and stuff, maybe some KDE, GNOME, LLVM and stuff, but that is some more stuff to implement sometime soon. Yeah, I do this natively. The last days I've done this, you have seen this in previous videos, I've done this with QEMU here on the server, virtualized. The reason I do this natively is a little extra performance and also slightly better. Otherwise I would have had to either start the VM attached to the network, which of course I could done, to like easier secure shell into there. Because I was like doing all of this in a spicy QXL session or other such stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can easily, like if you have QEMU network, user network, you can of course reverse secure shell to, because it doesn't have a public IP, you can reverse tunnel that, or you attach it to your Ethernet bridge. But yeah, it gives a little bit, probably easily 5 or even more performance. So with compiling these huge packages, you obviously want this performance to get stuff done. Yeah, by the way, speaking of which, so that is a nice find. So this actually starts to compile. It's commits already Qt5 base, and it's really silly that this was and let's continue with some GNOME thing, which I know is even more annoying. Let's try. I mean, the crazy stuff is even GNOME terminal has so many dependencies that it probably will not just build, but let's see if it surprises me. Why does it build me some? Ah, right, it's, darn. Fail. We actually need to build setup tools. It's maybe even bin utils, just that if I update some cache files from this build, then we need bin utils because we Linux from scratch compatible. Why is this hanging so much? Our package build time in the cache files is bin utils relative. So if you have not rebuilt bin utils natively, we don't have a proper build time. It's just minor stuff, but if you already spend precious expensive green electrons here of epic thread ripping through, that would be nice if we would have proper build time. So then so this is build. Let's see what happens now here with this stuff. I would hope that builds now. And so here bin utils and setup tools. So we need setup tools. I believe then Meson Ninja already built. KK service, like, yeah, one thing. What is with K service? Like, it's only one build at a time. What does this want now? Okay, some KDE config. Which one even was it? Okay, this build dependency order thing is clearly not ideal. Yeah, I need to, I best should reshuffle this dependency. Ideally, we shouldn't have a static build order. Bin utils, why does bin utils usually build on my other? Why does this fail now? Perl, darn it. Of course, Perl. So what was it? K-config. Yeah, we have some old-fashioned scripts to reshuffle this. Oh, there's really, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't use Debugging GNOME exactly for those reasons, and yet I still, to attract T2 users, new developers, make people happy, and share, like, subscribe, Patreon, GitHub sponsorship. I actually need to. Anyway, I'm not using it. Still need to spend my time fixing this nonsense. You can't make this up. Linguistic. Where is this freaking coming from? Was it a new package we don't? Linguist tools. Oh, come on. Oh, where is that? And that is what our cache files are for. But they were outdated, which is like, yeah, just what I did. So last I already updated. I spent already multiple rebuilds and stuff of getting quite some cache files updated, but KDE GNOME, we do now. And don't forget to share and subscribe. Qt tools, which is it? Why is this? Oh wait, is it Qt5 linguistic tools or? The problem is even right. I overread. So my problem, of course, a little bit self-critic. I want to rush through the stuff as fast as possible, and then I waste time over-reading some stuff. I somehow, my brain already auto-corrected Qt to GTK. Qt to KDE. So apparently, let's see what we have here for. And so the point is, I do this for those who I see tuning in now. We do a whole Linux distribution for 25 years, and for 3 years live on YouTube, we get this production, business, enterprise, and home user ready again. That means I torture myself with KDE and GNOME dependencies, which only became more and plentiful the last years. Linguistic, oh come on, doesn't even have a freaking package. They say here Qt tools. Wonderful. Which package is it really in? Qt5 SVG5. Okay, this is something. Qt tools. So the problem is other distributions name it so strangely we can't even inspire from that. Linguistic or actually, yeah. Which freaking package would that be in? So previously, last year, I probably built because I had a monolithic Qt5 package, and of course, I split it up, and we have the only constant is change, even our own Linux distribution. We improve things by having fine-grained Qt packages, and then you already don't anymore. Anton asks, from Arch 22, will my still be working RTX 4090? Maybe not amazingly. Probably. I'm not. My whole life I avoided Nvidia like the plug. So, but yeah, open source probably not amazing, and yeah, we have an Nvidia package, but actually maybe I should, just for the quality assurance, buy some cheap card from Nvidia, like 5-year-old for €20 card or so from eBay. Yeah, but patch is welcome. Linguist tools. So it's called tools. So which, I mean, we could build all of Qt though, and then hope it builds. That would otherwise be a plan. Oops. Hello, did I... syntax error near... So, let's build all of... which package could it be? So, maybe Qt5 translations? Let's, oh, that also... Ah, wait, there is Qt5 tools. How did I overlook that? Then, here we wanted GNOME terminal. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, I noticed I can read some Cyrillic in case you have not noticed. Are you joining from Russia mainland or some other area? All right, we wanted Meson. Meson Ninja. Why is this not in? Is this not in? Maybe GNOME terminal changed since then. Wait, why does it not? Does it not? Wait, what does it comply? Oh no, actually we must have. So why does it have VAP gen? This is probably Vala. Do we not have Vala? So yeah, again, why I do this, that you don't need to go through that, updating these cache files. Okay, cool, this also didn't build. Qt5 translations, what does that want? Because no drivers I can't work with that, only Nvidia proprietary. I'm from Belarus, almost. Graduated from Uni. That sounds amazing. Okay, config, no, okay, Qt5 translations. Yeah, I probably should give this Nvidia stuff some more time. Why is this L release I have seen, darn it. L release, where was that in, or was it in tools? Did I? Oh, I also built the wrong. Maybe it's in tools. Let's try that again. Yeah, exactly why we're here. We have that. Yeah, 3 years ago we did 6 hours GNOME and 7 hours KDE packaging all this stuff because this stuff was not maintained, basically a bit rotten, for 15 or so years not updated, and we are basically still. So most packages are there, but build dependency stuff. The crazy stuff is other distributions manually by humans hardcode all this stuff, annotate this in e-builds and A package builds and deps and RPMs and stuff. And I find, I mean, this is even more time consuming. Later this year, the the T2 stuff here in our amazing Linux distribution will become even more amazing by further annotating. I just want to cancel here some stuff that I had still in the background. I hope that doesn't. So we will further annotate the packages, or try to automate this. So Qt5, I actually wanted whatever was with KDE. Hello, okay, so we will even further improve this, right? So the way this works in T2 is we track all the file access. And okay, this is just a build, or I'll make a config build now. I will probably manual shuffle that. Let's do that quickly. Okay, service, and maybe they have all similar priority, which of course sucks because they're probably all a copy of some base package. And so 162. This was in. It's just fifth or and so we will of course always auto detect all the base stuff, which now that I put some efforts into that works already much better. And then the plan core add-ons. the plan is we could further, first of all, we could track package config, which we will do eventually later this year or so. Because all those built scripts and packages run package config with Grata, whatnot and stuff. So we can actually, instead of other people copy and pasting that and spending 10,000 of hours of developer time constantly ongoing and recurrently to update RPMs and deps and so on, we can auto-generate that as well and annotate our cache, dependency cache, with minimal versions and stuff, and then manually attribute some of, like attributing optional stuff. There's probably not that much we can, I mean, we could grab and parse and scan Meson and whatnot, but maybe simply annotate some major things and then, of course, finally extend our image stuff to ask the user, hey, these steps are optional. Would you enable those or not? Totally low-hanging fruits. Every beginner programmer could always implement this, so patches welcome, but exactly that quality life improvements that make users happy and use a Linux distribution. So that was K core add-ons. That's K core add-ons. Okay, somehow that does not build. Maybe sometimes I Ctrl-C that and yeah, probably Ctrl-C that. Unfortunately, that is always a bit annoying. There, I believe, is that also, maybe this was another, okay, so some stuff builds, what does it want now? Full log, ITS tool, why does it not build this ITS tool? Probably is indeed not in the dependencies, which is, again, why we are here. I tried to boot, so people there tried to boot T2 2026 ARM on Parallels Apple Silicon, but it seemed grub can't find the kernel. Is there? I have not tried EFI ARM. Maybe it needs another image. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I want since last October. I wanted to release a new release, but there's like I work here like basically full time, as you see here by the massive amount of live streams I put out here. But basically since October it's like fix that thing, that one more thing, and then 6 months pass, which obviously are way too long, but just a testament of how many graphical components and packages are in a Linux distribution. You basically want, it is possible that it wants to load an image dot whatever. It might be that release, I would need to check the Subversion history, that old build did only ship a VM Linux and not an image that grub probably wants to load. So probably this release that I hopefully really release next week or so. It's basically the release, the T2 release is finally, after working day and night here and live on YouTube, mostly ready. I just want to polish, although we are not shipping Qt GNOME by default because just the sheer number of depths and so on, and on powerful hardware where it's only snappy, in my opinion. Latest Qt GNOME are only snappy on modern hardware, and on modern hardware, even a Steam Deck, you could immerse that in an hour or so, which is why I want like ship a solid base stage operating system image, which has already a lot, including XFCE and Firefox, and makes it better. So you probably want next week's image that hopefully would work, and if not, then that would of course be, I could check that, maybe I should, so much time. Yeah, this is the stuff, right? Not only developing, packaging and maintaining all the stuff, and then testing PowerPC ARM real hardware, and yeah. Let's tackle that in a second. Okay, carrot-ons, okay, now this builds, do we have K services? What does it want now? Yes, Qt5 debug, this is hilarious. Oh my. And that is obviously why it is so important that we have super amazing cache files. And previously, even the KDE cache files were garbage because they source all those QMake things, read all the shared Qmake spec files, whatever. So all the stuff I had to debug, like look up in the sandbox, match and so on. It's of course not rocket science, but just someone had to done so, like to filter out all those generic build files, because obviously K-service does not depend on all of this. This is why the cache files were not amazing and why we finally need to tackle that. Package KDE is I wanted debus add-ons. Okay, that's fair enough. Named like that. Oh, did I probably Ctrl-C that? That is always possible, potentially. So how long are we? Yeah, as usual, 14, no, we have K-service. What did we want? We wanted terminal, right? How we imaged so many things, even the histories, or was it not? Console. Terminal. Stupid me. Okay, this still, what does that want? And this is crazy stuff, right? We already imaged now a handful of dependencies and still wants more stuff in base stuff. Okay, window. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, is that what does this? Extras. So this one is tricky. I noticed. Yeah, let's continue. I switch back and forth because if I Ctrl-C, it'll downloads and potentially damage some downloads. What does this want to? Shell. Yeah, this is where potentially, can you disable, by the way, the shell? I wonder if you can disable this nonsense. Yeah, there is where the dependency stuff hits in. Let's try some other thing that may or may not need. So yeah, this dependency, as you see, are partially outdated, which is again why we built this, and hopefully update some. So that wanted Qt extra. So this is tricky because I debugged this, and this is the kind of stuff that really costs a lot of time, right? I debugged this probably a long time ago, maybe 6 months or so, half a year ago, and I found that some Qt package, which obviously I don't remember anymore which it was, some of the many, only builds this if it finds some XCB add-on modules, which obviously is super, super tricky. Of course, the question is now which of those are. Maybe this one. And again, if you build this one and it's like, yeah, this is, okay, we had that. Maybe it didn't. Qt5. Okay, this installed. Maybe nothing. Maybe I Ctrl-C that. And yeah, that is a drawback. I probably should somehow fix that. This Ctrl-Cing some stuff. This one's. Why does it build a Qt? I mean, we can build that. Just we probably need it soon anyway, potentially, maybe, or we build it in the background. And let's see if what this was window. By the way, we can. Okay, now we have here something, and. As we can also console, pretty fine. Let's see if it builds now. And what I then do is committing the resulting cache files in regular intervals so that they're not lost, because it is a new sandbox and I can easily use it with cleaning up stuff and so on. So that is why you usually see in the T2 history me the last days flushing 50 or 90 updates here and so on. I'm not updating all the 6,000 at a time. That would be overly massive commit anyway. But basically, this stuff that builds, I flush for your emerging experience at home. And with that, dependencies will hopefully soon be perfect, and emerging Kate or console will hopefully soon just work again on your PS3 or SG Octane. More questions right now. Carlos arrived. What are we doing to KDE? We have actually freaking fixed it to compile as set up and patched and providing the dependency information. So there's some stuff should, yeah, let it build shortly. It wants some more bookmarks and stuff now. So yeah, we are basically putting in our electrons, compute time and efforts and manual labor efforts to optimize your T2 T2 installation experience at home. What do you have here? libsexy and stuff. Also a libxml parser. Let's maybe perl force perl libxmlrx parser. That might be a cross-build issue, which of course we will also fix sooner or later. Now that we have so much stuff in amazing states that we can actually finally spend the time to the last. So unfortunately, the usual stuff. The first 90% take 10% of the time. The last 10% of polishing the stuff takes 90% of the time now. So that will be amazing. What does this want? Multimedia. Of course, the console wants multimedia. What, we don't have car multimedia. Like we try to merge so much stuff, and still KDE Multimedia is not one of them. No, KDE where is? Oh, come on. We don't even have a freaking multimedia package. Codec. There is something though. Okay, codecs. Why do they not just name it codecs? Just MT2. Let's try that again. Yeah, but the way the road is filled with stones, granite blocks. The road to build KDE GNOME from scratch, filled with granite monolith blocks on the way. I just leave it built for a second. I probably could cancel that already. Just leave it building shortly. Maybe we have another shell in there to do even more work in parallel. Alright, we just want to clean that from time to time. Hey, codecs build. What does this even want? Does it mean, what did I update earlier? Qt, okay, this was not. Maybe this means there is some K extra CMake stuff out of date. Maybe we should fix that sooner than later. Oh wow, that requested 503 and KDE extra CMake. Another win-win of amazing updates. The question then is, how many other 598.0 I have to wonder if more of them have 500. Oops. Okay, I guess we want to do some updates. And so the way I do this now is, okay, there's some stuff building. As long as some stuff is building, that is good. So let's go here to our T2 cleaner and grab, so we have grab, and maybe we old config just to be sure. And then grab, I believe it was 598 in in that, and then while cut delimited space field 1 2 3 4 5 while read p do scripts update p that version done. It probably will update most of those packages. Maybe we do already emerge. What did we? So of course we script this, right? We do not do hundreds of packages manually. Emerge. And that is the win-win. I mean, not only sorting the dependencies, which is, as I iterated, highly important for you playing along at home, but some other win-win of probably. I also noticed you could blame data, our AI, of not updating that. But truth be told, so yeah, it's building some residual dependencies which may or may not be required, which is not that important because we update the cache files, and if they're optional or whatnot, they will not be. The more we test build, the better, and the more accurate the cache files will be soon. Of course, 50 minutes only. Feels already like 1 hour. Only 50 minutes. Oh, cool. That also installed some garbage too. Yeah, thank you very much. What do I want to say? All right. I noticed the KDE people do some really shady things on their mirror, on the source tarball and mirror stuff, which is they redirect the old versions to Attica. Of course, 15 years ago they have not done this, so like if the 5.98 release, you can test this if you want, and report this. I really find this silly because normal user don't go there and download source tarballs because it's just so effing annoying to build anyway. You basically need an embarrassingly automated system like KDE, like T2 or Gen 2 or stuff. So only core developers go there, or bots like our AI data AI. And so moving this to Attica, so normal Joe users realize it's an old version, like there are probably like only 1% of all the 99 other % Joe users going there. And for us, it destroys our data AI update bot because it scans for versions. It gets redirected from whatever the download might have been to KDE, like previously FTP or whatever, CDN, Modern Content Distribution Network thing, some other like Attica URL, and then of course there is not a freaking new version, right? So it does nothing like for the 1% or near 0% Joe users who don't download their tarball sources. But like only, like even if a developer would manually go there, he doesn't have the download but some bloody Attica folder. It is so silly, which probably most likely is the reason why this didn't build. So what is here? K bookmarks, what kf config widgets? No, thank you very much. Does this really need a kconf widgets? Probably that. Oops, shit. Kconf widgets. Yeah, I mean, at least this time we do not need to package all this stuff. Our previous build was broken though. Why was this broken? GUI add-ons? Oh, come on. And okay, GUI add-ons. Maybe I need to even automate this emerge for some developer mode of maybe switching back and forth. Like instead of manually filling around here, maybe some image expert mode of recognizing patterns and avoiding this manual back and forth filling here. I mean, besides you playing along at home, hopefully soon have this fixed. Config widgets. So yeah, this order is not yet amazing. Basically, probably. Darn it, what does this one know? XML UI, of course it wants it. I'm not sure if all of them also. Oh God. I find this dependencies just hilarious. Although this might be a new dependency. This might be some backward compatibility thing. Yeah. Don't even know, is this GNOME VFS even still recent? Maybe not, though. Which is of course the point of doing this. This is still item views. Did I not hit? What is with the item views? Yeah, maybe also. I'm not sure. Can this all be Ctrl-C? Yeah, maybe I just Ctrl-C that. I probably need to make this really Ctrl-C proof. This is so annoying. So, let's check if they all. So of course we, like how many div stats? This is 83 files, which is why we automated that. The thing is, it's maybe not even the latest version. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Oh, come on. Bloody div removed all the prefixes here. Steady. Yeah, thanks for the note. So it doesn't instantly look like my internet, but yeah, thanks for the notification. It's not really sure why. Didn't experience local internet outage, maybe some genuine YouTube hiccup. Not sure if it's the best idea to up that. If we update that here, we might. Okay, did I? Why is it? Probably concurrent. Lib okay, of course it needs lib whatever. Lib of course. Lib weiter. Okay, this will anyway not work. Let's fix that. Copy the dependency as a priority from this to. So again, long term, like as you see now, all the base stuff is in top-notch, amazing, and such condition. Now comes the fun part of building a microkernel and making T2 even more amazing. Basically, now we can do the fun. Now we can do the boring but necessary parts of some long overdue general global improvements. Like getting rid of the static build priority sometime soon, no, then later. Because obviously that is annoying, doesn't scale, is low tech, and so on. Oops. Nothing like touching everything randomly, unnecessary. So that needs to build earlier. Let's hope I didn't Ctrl-C too many builds. And also right, downloads. Are we still downloading? Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Some 90 big C++ packages. Advire something, so that also failed. Amazing, var adm. And so what it takes is, of course, recurrently systematically go through all the regression imperfections and actually freaking fix it. And when you do that at home, then you learn a bunch, make the world a better place, and so on. As I said in the beginning, don't ask what we can do for you, ask what you can do for the open source community, and of course, don't social media and get out and just do stuff, as in the news. Maybe that's not healthy and fulfilling, and so on. So, ghex lib at. So what's exactly failing here? Our custom command. So why does this fail? Does that not have some? So maybe that only fails now because of not having some G-object introspection. I hate when this error is not obvious. Can't find. Here it's can't find. Like yeah. So like here is a freaking error, right? Usually I Gtk4. Wait a second. This one's already Gtk4. Wow. So some stuff is That is crazy then, that for some latest and greatest GNOME stuff you need or optional. Yeah. So we have of course Gtk4, just that also. By the way, did I hopefully not build with debug? No. So already unlock GTK. Did I build it here or? Oh wait, it has. Or maybe I did build it here. But I disabled GObject Introspection. Look for a second. Let's see. It probably needs rebuild. That is to be documented, so that is a implementation deficiency, which I don't like and I'm not proud of, and so on. But the problem is this GObject Introspection is, so what this does is generating introspection information, because obviously it's written in C and that doesn't have any native classes and object introspection features. So that is generating that from header files and surrounding attributes and metadata. And so the annoying thing with that is, like if I would have done it, I would have made it cross-compile safe, but of course I haven't. So this needs to run natively and we can't do that. Other people who cross-build stuff run this through QEMU, but we don't have QEMU for the platform and so on, yada yada. Yeah. For me, that's not the biggest problem yet. Maybe someday we will fix it, but first I have a microkernel to write. So GTK, this probably fails because it built previously, but this probably fails like that because GTK picks buff and what else? GTK picks buff. GDK picks buff. So what is happening now is this is rebuilding stuff. This one's Mako for pipeline. Wait, what is this? Post install CA certificates. Maybe that fixes something there. Okay, that needs some. Was it pix buff? Oh no, maybe I cancelled this unnecessarily. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's not ideal if we're doing that. Okay, make or build now. This was CA certificates. So what? Okay, we have here some updates. You see, as usually, I'm heavily multitasking here. Let's grab that for zero checksum, and we have at least one. Okay, internationalization. Probably here was some local doxes hiccup, most likely as this download failed. And the YouTube live stream too. And now we have an AMD glitch. Yeah, amazing. And now, of course, we have a AMD GPU fail because live streaming from a Steam Deck dock thing. The future is no dongles and bugs and features, and why we can't have nice things anymore, not even with KD GNOME dependencies. Recurring theme here. So, but if you don't get your money worth from this live stream and your Patreon, GitHub sponsorship or YouTube membership, then I don't know, because so much win-win of updates, of fixes, of dependency information, and so on, and probably a thing or two you can learn in between. Okay, probably the next. Unfortunately, the thing is that you only find one GObject introspection missing failure after another, so probably Pango and half bus. Was it with 2 set? Probably. So we probably need to rebuild that too. We better build both already. Yeah, I will probably in the 10 steps of because of I'm aware that it is suboptimal of not having GObject introspection stuff for pre-built stuff, pre-built cross-built stuff. Unfortunately, the problem is if I would do this for x86, it would be a different experience for RISC-V and Spark and ARM and so on. For me, it's a minor thing. Like you have a functional Firefox and functional desktop and stuff, and like I will probably in this 10 steps I will publish soon here as a T2 magazine. article here. The first 10 things to do with your new T2 installation, like one of them, like 7 or whatever of that sort, will be rebuild. Like if you want to build more of GNOME or so, then rebuild Pango, half-bus, GTK, GTK Pixel for stuff, something of that sort. And again, unless you are on a SG Octane or Transmeter or stuff for Intel Pentium Pro of 25 years ago, then 30 years ago, then it is not a big deal. Here's GStreamer player. So this is a new warning, right? And did another live stream. So now we have it. Yay! Now we can rebuild whatever our lib weiter. Let's see. This is what we really wanted, and then we hopefully can commit some nice cache information. Our new KDE update is also built. I theoretically should some double checking that the others, because it is also super annoying recurring theme here somehow. Everything, including our own dependency resolution, is super annoying. Super annoying that the KDE people have 2 separate areas, so they release some KDE-based framework stuff in this KDE stable thing here also. There's even, so yeah, here's some stuff, and then here's frameworks, and other things is even somewhere else. That is like, yeah. So it maybe quite some things, but maybe not some. Where is it? Update desktop database. You can make this at least at libadwide. Because so yeah, we probably also need to patch this let's edit to do. It's nothing like having a 300, soon 400. Maybe I should keep my to do at 404, 404 entries for kicks and giggles. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I've not seen often, that I thought we had quirked and patched that, but apparently maybe not yet. And yeah, you see, if just some hour on your, like, instead of doom scrolling social media and getting jealous of all the rich people and stuff, so much more fulfilled life you can have, just get started and do your things. Saying something more positive than all the, because the more people just get up and do your things, maybe you get a big job in IT or are more happy, and the more people who do it, the less shit is broken. GHex, so we wanted to, what is our update? Do we have a package KDE update? No, we don't. Desktop, where even is, this is also update desktop. I have no idea where that should be in there. Also, yeah, of course, applications like GHex need some crazy stuff. We can try, we can give it a good shot, and we want to test build as much as possible anyway. So maybe desktop file utils, which I theoretically, the name I hate, probably should be renamed GNOME desktop file utils or whatever. Maybe even GNOME desktop, who knows. It probably doesn't build because dependencies. Why does this not? ImageMagick. Yeah, they also, like, I so hate this. They freaking move their old files also. Theoretically, I also need to get this on my mirror again. Why we can't have nice things anymore? Recurring addition. Why freaking constantly move it to some subdirectory? 71110. Why does this not match? 711. But at least another win-win of latest and greatest security fixes for your unsafe written in C image processing thing. Okay, this also still fails. Cool. What happens if we dock tools? That doesn't want any depth, probably fails. Oh no, it does some Perl URI. Oh wow, that fixed it. Amazing. Okay, let's try that again. See what fails next. Now that is obviously a straight up, but whatever. I mean, whether this ImageMagick dep is even real, but maybe it is generating some documentation stuff, so it's always a possibility. Hello there, greetings to people who join. Question am I the only maintainer of T2? No, we have multiple people. We have currently probably 5, 6, or 7 people with write access. I'm, of course, the main maintainer, creator, and former Rock Linux stable release maintainer. Overall, the code base is actually quite vast, right? I think over the whole lifetime from Rock Linux, which T2 is a fork or continuation of Rock Linux, at that time potentially bigger now on Linux distribution, of which I contributed for 25 years now. And I was stable release, I was like the second most active, or like after the inventor of Rock Linux, Claire Wolf. I was probably the second man after Claire, and May 25, 23 years ago, I was probably the main Rock Linux contributor, maintainer as well. And overall, I said this before, for sure, I mean, we could a little bit check the history, but there is not, because before Subversion, people always ask, why do we use Subversion? Also, sometimes something built now, amazing. Before Subversion, there was only CVS, and CVS sucked, and bored and had a job and finished with university and stuff. So it's like, yeah, that is your relative with somebody. Just look at KDE GNOME or all the other, look at all the other 10,000 abandoned open source projects. So buffering again, it has 0 dropped. This is running, it doesn't. Maybe it's, but yeah, just as usual. Maybe I should not always answer stuff so long. So GNOME desktop, this fails of libsec comp, this. So yeah, so this dependency, actually, you know what? Let's use this chance and manually sort it some dependencies, because if we are lucky, so we should automatically sort it, and we should get off the bloody 25-year-old static build priority thing. That is for another day. But for now we can GNOME desktop, and we for sure need libseccomp, which probably we can build very early, but who knows. What other crazy dependencies set had, and build it way earlier. So with that, you already get at least some fixes. Did I already ImageMagick update there? But yeah, a contribution patches welcome, and so on, and magnitude faster with my historic Subversion workflow. And for me, it totally doesn't matter. Also, now we get some. Oh, now we get drop frames. Yeah. So yeah, so much to Vodafone. People thinking, also question, are all the other devs from Germany? No, from France, Czech, and all over the world. Also, the Puppy Linux people occasionally base their stuff on T2. They code dropped Barry Cower and Skazi John, whatever his real name is. Maybe it doesn't disclose his real name. So yeah, even the Puppy Linux people dropped some package code drop things. What does this KF or crash? Thank you very much. K crash. What does it want? Oh, XCB is no such file. Oh, thank you very much. XCB. Grab append also in all of disk. Yeah, this is already a couple of times, because yeah, 2023 it is too difficult. Like, stuff is so complex, it's too difficult to properly check for some dependencies in the packages. Car crash. Let's try that again. But yeah, you are, with all the people asking, you're happy to contribute, and with all the shameless self-promotion here on this channel, we probably will grow even further, especially with all the attention to detail we recurrently put in here now. Okay, amazing. This also fixed something. K crash. Let's fixed K crash to find externals. Right. whatever. XCV, right? Nah. And do I have other? Actually, wait, I didn't. Every change here probably libadvisor. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, just that. What else did we have there? A libsec comp? Oh no, okay, config. What did we do? Okay, config. Ah, yeah, it's better than nothing. Let's try that again. All we wanted was Kate. And yeah, we're not yet through, as usual, probably easily 1 hour 30 or so. It's a bit annoying that this is rebuilding that. What is missing here now? Okay, this should not rebuild because no, but okay, fine. Okay, we need probably K bookmarks for something. What is this one? Maybe some. Ah, oops, I did this wrong. Ah, darn it. Yeah, now we Ctrl-C. Okay, now you've seen this live. This is Ctrl-C. This theoretically I should fix that. Fix control. I mean, ironically, this worked some decade ago. Whatever bash changes or whatnot prevents this from working here. XML UI. What is with the other thing? XML. What? No, maybe also Ctrl-C. Yeah, initially I Ctrl-C enough. I Ctrl-C too much in the beginning. So yeah, that's probably it for this video, otherwise it gets too long. The long live streams are rarely watched, which is a shame. Was it the thing I wanted to build? Except ideally we wanted console and Kate. Oh darn, I Ctrl-C too. How many other? Okay, no other dep. Don't wanna. Oh. Yeah, but we didn't. It made sense. It didn't rebuild this yet. What does it want now? Maybe some dep is not new enough because we updated this in the middle of the build. Yeah, Kate missing. Could not find a missing recorders. Minimum recorders. Oh no, it's KF text editor. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up now at once. K text editor, like 20, oh, maybe Ctrl-C there too. I probably, so the recurring theme is some things I have not fixed in 15 years, and it's of course showing that stuff like, I noticed that, but the problem is it's time consuming, boring, and very little win of usually it doesn't happen for you at home because most people don't multitask as crazy, and then you don't Ctrl-C as much, and it's like, yeah, it's should have fixed it a long time ago, but nah. How is like, what does couldn't find why? How is this a? Yeah, everything needs everything, and Kate is not a Kate editor anymore, but only a shell for Kate text editor. It's 2023. So the only constant is change and dependencies. Oh man. KIO, what is there coming from? Of did I Ctrl-C that too, or what? Can't make this stuff up. That's hilarious. GNOME desktop is failing with something. What does this fail? Python, Perl, no module. ITS tool. So it's probably, excuse me, libxml rebuild for Python potentially. Coffee. I probably should split the live stream here because YouTube and viewers don't like such overlong live streams. But what we could do is, so we have that, and then I did some stuff in the background though. Let's just let it run and get some better cache files. What we could do last but not least is actually commit some of these cache files. Also, fans go in hyperventilation mode for overly warming liquid loop. At least some stuff builds. Some more stuff builds. Now we fine-tuned some, at least some major dependencies. We massively updated KDE and so on. I next need to, I could put on my to-do list. I have this kind of sorter, but like explicitly improve data AI for, I mean, we have that for Firefox, but KDE framework version, like KDE org stable, whatever, 100 x.x stuff of package. I thought I had something fixed already, but maybe not fully. Source view. So yeah, the dependencies are crazy. I'm totally aware. I mean, as much as I hate it, I'm totally aware this needs to work better. What this also didn't find some JSON glib. That's JSON glib. That probably wasn't in the depths for some old reason. Let's do that again for libgda. Apparently, what is it? Geocode glib. I wonder if that is the latest version. So like 2023 or 2020 already. Your GNOME desktop, of course, needs geolocation stuff. What this one's soup? Oh wow. We have soup and soup 3. Let's just build it. Okay, this is because again we will probably get some improved cache files, which I have done the last days, and now we will have more because that for sure is outdated, and like building even outdated stuff now will, or at least the other stuff will just update cache dependencies more accurate and better and so on. I have the feeling this one's either LibSoup 2 or 3. Why is this? No, I'm not sure if that is what it wanted. Oh, that is probably also an image geolicode, right? Okay, Ruby didn't like something. Too bad. That was not my main thing I wanted. Console. All I wanted was Kate or. No, I didn't. I wanted this with steps. Nah, no. Okay, I mean this is crazy that even at this, so some Ctrl-C stuff is broken. Maybe in general. Okay, text editor. What does that want? I'll check that in a second. What does soap? Yeah, so that is probably not so right. Which soap, LibSoup? Maybe lib. Probably lib. It's like, yeah, soap, LibSoup. I can never have too many of those. Yeah, let's just rebuild stuff. What's still going on here? K5 parts config. Would it be K parts? Yeah, the CA cert probably also could get an update. It's like every networking package ships with their own certificate things, root certificates. Okay, that is also some issue. Of course it has. What does this want? Unrecognized command and option-R. You had one job. What are you even trying to do? use lib64. What the heck are you trying to do? So, but it's not a typo in our stuff. Wow. Can't make this stuff up. It's hilarious. Maybe it needs this anyway, and that wasn't built with so this might not have, what was it, gear? Maybe this is just GObject. Let's hope it's just that. But yeah, the amount of, no matter how many hours I put in that, there's always some crazy broken stuff that even it's like, what the heck were they thinking? Like, how can it be broken like that? Okay, that needed that. Oh, come on, what was it even? Maybe it was a depth of... offset probably. Oh no, this doesn't build a weather thing. Okay, fine. Hey, we built Ktext editor. And so yeah, it is of course a stark reduction from 7 hours 3 years ago to now. Probably 1.5 hours. I don't see it because I interrupted the stream 2 times. It is just hilarious. New stuff. You had me at new stuff. So this dependency was apparently new version. What? New version or broken or both or whatever. But yeah, the dependencies, this is why I'm not using KDE in GNOME, right? And I mean, when KDE 4 or 5 or whatever, no 4. Yeah, GNOME, whatever, GNOME 4, I lost overview. Like basically 50 years ago when this KDE 4, GNOME 3, 4, yeah, was new. It was anyway docked slow on my aging silicon, so it's, yeah. But we're getting there. It's a drastic reduction in stuff. And in this, it's not yet perfect. This cache update will make it smoother, but not yet perfect. I'm not delusional. It still needs some static build priority sorting thing, which ideally should be dynamic. But with some more weekends of 1 hour here, 1 hour there, one night shift there, and then at the end, we get it built. What other right console? Let's see. Oh wait, did this really build? Let's see. Let's rebuild that. And GNOME desktop still wants some other. I couldn't find GDesktop enums. What the heck? Yeah. What is the latest GNOME editor? I have the feeling that gedit is outdated because it is some 2 version, and I have the feeling that is super. Text editor? Do they seriously have GNOME? No, that is something else. Was it Mousepad? The new GNOME editor. And how is the text editor? What is the freaking name of the thing? GNOME text editor. It sounds like we need to package some new freaking GNOME text editor. I wonder if I should rename gedit because that looks to be not updated. So gedit. Yes, it's like you don't use the GNOME desktop for a decade and they abandon. Oh, they have a gedit. Why is this still a thing or not? What? Oh yeah, 45. Okay, they have still some gedit 45.0. 40. Oh no, this is alpha. Okay, that probably is. Well, we don't have 44.2. Okay, this was actually the latest. Let's try it again. At least some. I mean, that's the crazy stuff, right? 1 hour later, as a developer, you search through dozens of dependencies. At the end of the day, you don't even have gedit. At least we have, what does it want? Okay, at least we have Kate. People think so. KDE Multimedia, so that is still a thing. Where is it coming from? What was the precise? Okay. Ah, this is Qt5. Ah, I missed this again. Let's see if that fixes something. GNOME panel. Okay, this GNOME panel looks outdated, however. So yeah, basically we still need to go through some vintage packages and find truly abandoned stuff. Actually, there is still, so this is so confusing that, but at times I found, oh, this is probably wrong. They just touched it somehow because it is 2012. So that's probably abandoned. Oh, no, wait, what? Maybe it isn't. This is so confusing. Yeah, I hate when the states are random and don't make sense. So which panel do we have there? Okay, the other is probably this didn't auto update because we don't have version. Was it GNOME panel? It was. What was now with gedit? I lose overview. Gedit. Dependency AmTK. Runtime dependency AmTK5. What the heck? AmTK. You can't make this stuff up. What the F is that effing even? Action menus and toolbars. Qt4. Like, wow, I have no words anymore. Do we have that? We don't even freaking have that. Yeah, maybe we split the live stream here. Some people are still watching, which is amazing. But with a new live stream, we get more new views, and this is too long anyway. So thanks for watching, following this crazy dependency. What is it? Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Maybe we do another live stream because we still have stuff to fix. So see, don't forget to like, subscribe. Maybe Patreon, GitHub sponsor, YouTube membership, or super things and stuff. And have a good day and night. And have an amazing T2 emerging experience, and see you for the next one.